Alright, Kent State Anime Society, time for our first series Lotto reveal. We're going to show you the first 5 anime recommendations that got handed out to our members, and we'll even tell you a couple facts about them to get you informed, in case you wanted another thing to add to your watch list. Remember, we wanted this game to be a fun and productive experiment, so without further ado, let's start with this crowd favorite that Sean Goodrich received. Another. Here's the plot, courtesy of my anime list. When Koichi transfers to his new school, he can sense something frightening in the atmosphere of his new class, a secret none of them will talk about. At the center is the beautiful girl, Mei Misaki. Koichi is immediately drawn to her mysterious aura, but then he begins to realize that no one in the class is aware of her presence. This is what Sean had to say. I think Another is an excellent anime for those who like the supernatural and enjoy good ghost stories. The dark and morbid art stylings of the character deaths brings a cringe-worthy impact to the viewers to such an extent that it draws you further into the story until the conclusion, and such a plot twist that the person who put Another in the raffle is Ben Figate. Thanks, Ben. And the second anime is The Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat, received by Haley Johnson. Here's what my anime list has to say. Yoto is always thinking about his carnal desires, but no one acknowledges him as a pervert. He learns about a cat statue that supposedly grants wishes. The boy goes to pray that he will be able to express his lustful desires whenever and wherever he wants. At the statue, Yoto encounters Tsukiko, a girl from his high school, and her own wish that she would not display her real intentions so readily. This is what Haley has to say. I expected my anime to be a regular harem, and got a great show with an amazing cast of characters and an interesting plot. The only thing I disliked was the fan service, but even that was a bit toned down. I give it an 8 out of 10. This anime was given by Bonnie Cessna. Thanks, Bonnie! And our third anime is Zetai Karen Children, The Unlimited, which was received by Courtney Wolf. Here's what my anime list has to say. Kyosuke Hyobu, an Esper who was betrayed many years ago, is now one of the most powerful Espers and also a fugitive. However, behind that glare lies a kind heart. His main mission is to save Espers who are mistreated by humans, even if by force. Through his methods, he has saved many Esper lives and gained the loyalty of those he has saved. The name of his group? Pandrar. Here's what Courtney had to say. I wound up really enjoying it and binge-watched it in a day and a half, so yeah, I was hooked from the first episode. I also liked the moral ambiguity. I just love when series explore events from the perspective of the bad guys. It is a show that I probably would have passed over if I was choosing myself, but it did turn out to be to my taste. My first impression was that it was an action type of show with explosions and people dying every 2 minutes. By the time I finished the series, I could tell my impression was off. I mean, there's still plenty of action and explosions, but the show itself has a lot of heart, character development, and one of my favorite things, betrayal. Zetai Karen Children, The Unlimited was given by Haley Johnson. Thanks, Haley! Our fourth is Tegami Bachi, also known as Letter B. This was actually a random we had once at club. Nancy Nesbitt has been selected to watch it. Here's what my anime list has to say. With his mother taken away from him and having lost everything, Lag Soon is now a letter whose delivery has been assigned to Gosh Swade, a letter B. Despite their troubling start, the two of them become friends, leading Lag to realize what his aim is in life: to deliver people's most important feelings in the form of letters, just as Gosh has done. Here's Nancy's review. It had a unique premise, postmen that fight giant beetles. Great characters, and was a leisurely series. I definitely enjoyed the characters most. They were all lovable, and the series did a good job of fleshing them out as they progressed, making them more endearing. They did a good job with establishing the world they're in, too, and I did like the general world premise. And I know I like to complain about all the crying, but I got used to it after a while, and it becomes part of the overall emotion of the series. The series is definitely something that I would normally have watched. I'm big into adventure series and series that delve more into the characters. I mean, I had it on my watch list for a while anyways, so yeah, it was something I would have come to watch on my own. First impression? Oh boy, this is probably going to be an emotional roller coaster. Final impression? I'm crying! Why am I crying? Tegamibachi was given by Tegan Wooten. Thanks, Tegan. And our last anime for our first reveal is Kids on the Slope, which was given to Campbell Garth. Let's see what my anime list has to say for our last plot. Because of his father's job situation, freshman high school student Kaoru Nishimi moves by himself to live with relatives. Until then, he was an honor roll student who tended to keep to himself, but meeting notorious bad boy Sentaro starts to change him. Through his devil-may-care classmate, Kaoru learns the attractions of jazz and finds the first person he can call a friend. He also discovers how much fun it is to play music with a pal. Here's what Campbell had to say. I really liked the anime I got to watch. I love music, and while jazz isn't something I listen to often, I really respect it for the freeness it has. Not talking about swimming here. Ha. My first impression was that it was a little slow, but I was wrong. It was a great show with just the right amount of feels. 9 out of 10 would recommend to anyone. Our own Nate Falansky was the one who recommended this gem. Alright, that wraps up our first 5 for Series Lotto. Discuss these titles in the comments below, and we'll whip out 5 more pretty soon.